MasterChef has come to Ireland in search of the country's top amateur chefs. A grueling process of challenges that will push each contestant to their very limits. It's the ultimate in cooking. From over 1,000 applicants, now just 5 remain. Having reached some culinary highs along the way.
I absolutely love that.
Great.
Really, really good. Really impressed, I have to say.
I think it's wonderful. I really do. I really love it.
Last time they failed to impress.
Shame the skin is not crispier.
I think this is shocking.
For me, it's very average.
But tonight they've come back fighting.
This is fantastic.
That is what you call sexy food.
It's at a level I haven't seen in the competition yet.
Who will make it into Thursday's semi-final?
So close, this could be the opportunity that will change your life.
And who will have to leave their culinary dream behind?
I think the competition is going to get really tough now.
I don't want to go home. I really want to stay in this competition. It's only getting better.
Bright and early on a sunny Dublin morning, the 5 remaining MasterChef contestants have been brought to Howth Harbour. With no idea of what today's cooking challenge will entail, they've been told they have 2 hours to catch as many fish as possible.
This is the life, actually.
Everyone else is at work and we're going fishing.
With over 70 species of fish living off the Irish shores, the country is renowned for its plentiful supply of top-quality sea produce. And the contestants hit the high seas in search of mackerel.
I've had to force myself not to speculate too much as to what's coming up, so I really didn't have any clear idea of what was happening. I presumed that the challenge today would have something to do with fish, though.
What you do
Just
here,
drop it off the edge, that's all.
drop it over here, right?
Yeah.
Goes right down to the bottom.
Okay.
See it stop. It's about 20 metres here, roughly.
Mary and Mike are in one boat. Christine, Claire Ann and Bridgine are in the other.
All right. I keep moving it up and down. You have to move it up and down.
Okay.
All right?
I think today what we're going to be asked to do is catch our own fish and then go back and cook it. That's my assumption at the moment, but I'm not 100% sure, so we'll just have to keep going now and see what happens.
It's not working! It's not working! Oh, you've got one! Woo!
Hey, there's a fish!
I love fishing for mackerel and just cooking it as soon as possible. My brain is thinking over of different dishes, different things to do.
The worst case scenario would be if we had to feed the entire pier, because it will literally be a case of the loaves of the fishes, given that we've only got 3 fish at the moment.
There you go, 2. Hey!
However, just as they're starting to catch some fish, the contestants realise that they have some stiff competition.
Fish later.
There, Seal has it. Look, he just took your fish.
You fecker!
Oh, go on, really, and you still have one. Go, go, go. Oh, he gets it. She had a couple of fish, he just took them.
There's that! Look at that bloody seal eating the fish! Oh, look at him! Look how he's eating her fish. Shoot!
Oh, damn it, he got it. He got it. Yeah, he got it.
You got it, yeah?
Yeah.
Let me speak to Moscoilga.
That's the biggest one, look.
Hey! Okay, can I get him? Can I get him? Okay, wait, no, I can get him,
But it's not long before they start catching fish again.
3.
Well done!
There's a line down there.
Time up, and the contestants now need to head back to the harbour and discover what today's cooking challenge will be.
I don't know, maybe they'll set up a barbecue and we can just grill up some of the mackerel as soon as we get back to the pier. Who knows?
Morning, guys.
Morning. Morning.
We hope that your pre-dawn fishing trip was a success and that you all caught something to cook with.
Each of you have a surprise sack full of ingredients. These ingredients we want you to accompany today with the mackerel. You can use as many or as little as you choose.
You will also be given access to a basic larder, so please come and collect your sacks.
This is a task about cooking fish correctly. And using the ingredients, we want you to accentuate those flavors in the fish. It's not a task about cooking vegetables, it's a task about balance. We need you to show us you have that balance and understanding. At this stage of the competition, guys, we really need you to impress us.
You will be given half an hour to prep and half an hour to cook. So let's get back to the stoves and show us what you can do.
Cooking in the kitchens of Aqua Restaurant in Howth, situated on the West Pier, the contestants' mackerel catch will be divided equally amongst them. Each person's sack contains different ingredients, hand-picked by Dylan and Nick for their seasonality, freshness, and most importantly, their ability to complement and enhance the mackerel. From Mediterranean flavours to summer salad flavours, it is up to each person to devise their very own dish.
When we got our bags and our sacks, and I had thought of all these ideas in my head about how to cook mackerel. You know, you're standing there with your fingers crossed going, oh, I hope there's rhubarb in there, I hope there's, you know, different elements. So, yeah, but then you kind of have to blank that out, and because you can get very zoned in on what you want to cook, and then that can cause a bit of a mental block. So it was kind of nerve-wracking. You're dying to just delve in and see what was going on.
I was definitely hoping that there would be certain ingredients in there. I mean, restaurants tend to pair mackerel with citrus fruits or with beetroot, or use something that'll contrast quite strongly with the oiliness of the fish. I didn't get any of those ingredients.
It does always scare me at first, but I think it's very important that, you know, you just stay true to what you think is right and go with your gut feeling, and that's exactly what I did today.
Okay, guys, you have half an hour to prep, and your time starts now.
Thank you.
What are you hoping from today?
I really hope that they cook the fish correctly. It's a very versatile fish, but it also doesn't need a lot of cooking. It should be aimed at simplicity.
That maybe one or two ingredients do really bring out the flavour of the fish.
What I don't want to see today is them going too far, and that is using everything. Two people, Mike will either go too simple, or Aran is going to use everything in our box, every single component, because it's there. It's whether or not they can hold their nerves and really just execute a bit of simplicity. Okay, guys, 5 more minutes, please.
Did someone take a bowl out of the freezer?
Shit, Claire, I'm sorry, that's me here. Look, it's okay. Look, I've got ice cold water. I didn't realise it was in there for you.
Claire Anne's sack has seasonal Irish flavours of beetroot, potatoes, parsley, dill, onion, garlic and fresh peas.
I'm getting on fine. I'm not quite as sure as I normally am about what it is I'm going to do with the fish.
In her last invention test, Claire Anne's overuse of ingredients was heavily criticised by Dylan.
Ultimately, there's just too much going on, and I think that you need to eat the dish from start to finish and tell me that they all marry and belong together.
Okay.
Because they don't.
I really today felt quite a lot of pressure to kind of show that I was listening to what the judges were saying. So I decided not to use the potatoes or the white onion, and I kind of went with really the mackerel, the peas and the beetroot.
If she falls down and goes back to her very overly elaborate ways, then it's game over for her.
Guys, your prep time is over.
With prep time over, the contestants are divided into their fishing boat teams to finish the cooking of their dishes. And first up are the girls.
Okay, guys, so you have a half an hour and your time starts now.
Brigine's light garden flavours are white asparagus, baby courgettes, spring onions, garlic, small shallots, thyme and parsley.
I left out the spring onions. I had shallots and I just thought the spring onions might be a little bit too harsh, so I just decided they weren't necessary. I wanted to keep the flavours nice and light to go with the mackerel.
But Brigitte probably has one of my favourite bags of ingredients. We really need to see something. I mean, I feel like she's really lagging behind.
After a confident start in the competition, Brigitte's last 2 tastings have brought her to tears.
I don't remember doing chopped nuts.
No, you didn't.
I think with everything going on, we just kept to the drill.
Okay.
Did you clean the prawns?
Yeah.
They're not cleaned.
And I think this is maybe the worst dish that you've done for us.
My confidence in what I was able to do had completely hit a wall. And I was almost getting to the point where I felt like I couldn't cook anymore. So I really felt I needed to kind of release my inhibitions and just go back to what I believe in, which is, you know, simple, straightforward flavours cooked well.
A little bit anxious at the moment, but kind of get a clearer idea of what I'm going to do with my ingredients, so that's helpful.
Okay, guys, you have 15 minutes left.
15 minutes, that's fine.
Christine's seasonal French sack contains green asparagus, fennel, mushrooms, chives, shallots, Madeira and chervil.
It's all about the textures and the flavours combination, but I'm not going to use asparagus, I don't think. I'm just going to try and get my sauce right and get a nice crunchy salad through the fennel and the marinated onions as well.
Having cooked all the sea bass for Ananda's lunchtime service, expectations for Christine are high.
We're looking at Christine again cooking fish again, and I think that now she seems to be far more comfortable in how fish should be cooked.
Really have to cook the fish right now, that's the main priority. That's the only thing I'm kind of worried about at the moment, that I get that right. Other than that, I think I should be nearly ready to go.
Okay, ladies, you have 60 seconds left. No pressure.
Yeah.
Time is up. Stand back from your plate and get ready to present your dish.
With her seasonal Irish flavours, Claire-Anne has done a twist on a mackerel sandwich with pastry. She roasted baby beetroot, made a pea and dill mousse and a beetroot puree, served alongside her steamed mackerel and garnished with dill and fresh peas.
Well, it looks fantastic, I have to say.
Thank you.
And do you enjoy the task?
I was a bit perturbed, actually.
Perturbed? Oh, that's a good word. Why?
I think that just this short period of time.
I think the beetroot with the pea puree works perfectly. I do like the texture from the pastry, and the mackerel with lovely flavour. You've really listened to what we wanted, and I think...
trying.
No, that's what I'm saying. At this point of the competition, that's what we were looking for. All right, so well done.
I think the pastry is nice, it's crunchy. I think the pea mousse is lovely. I think it was a good idea to put the dill through it. I find this very innovative for you, and you haven't gone completely off the page.
Well, I thought of all the ingredients I would put in, and then I halved them.
All right. Maybe cut that in half again next
All right,
time.
okay.
No, I mean, you've made some good choices here. I think, though, ultimately, in terms of controlling the cooking of the fish, this could be a little bit less cooked.
Oh, right.
But I think this is a really good effort.
Thank you.
So good for you.
Yeah, no, well done.
Thank you,
Good for
guys.
you. Thanks, Claire-Anne.
I do feel quite pleased with the feedback that I got. I think that it's just the odd mistake I'm still making that I will have to iron out, but overall I was quite pleased with the remarks I got from the judges about my dish.
Next up is Christine. With her seasonal French flavours, she's made griddled mackerel served with Madeira sautéed mushrooms and onions, a crunchy salad of fennel and pickled onion, and a side dressing of chervil oil.
Well, it looks very pretty. Fish is cooked wonderfully. Lots of moisture left still in that, Christine.
I used the juices from the mushrooms and dressed it.
Well, I just think this is fantastic. The flavour of this is incredible. I love the crunchiness of the fennel. the lightness of the dish, the way it's presented. This, I find it hard to see a better dish here today. This is real talent and the best use of the ingredients that I've seen so far.
Thank you very much.
I'd eat more of it. It's absolutely fantastic.
I thought he was going to eat it all.
No, I think that's, you should be really proud. That's really good, really good.
That is what you call sexy food. Okay?
Thank you very much.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
You should be very proud of yourself, very pleased, because that is a fantastic dish.
Thank you very much.
Okay?
Thank you. It's amazing to take something from the sea and cook it yourself. You know, there's much more satisfaction from it. It was a big challenge today, and the fact that I did so well because it makes me really proud. I was pretty astounded by the comments.
That is absolutely amazing.
That's the best dish. That's the best dish we've had in a while.
And finally, with her light garden flavours, Bridgine has made pan-fried mackerel served on a bed of asparagus and courgette shavings, surrounded by a herb crumb and a dressing of roasted garlic, shallot and lemon.
I do like it, I have to say.
Okay.
I'm getting a nice crunch from the vegetables.
Good.
I'm just not getting the flavour from the fish that I would have hoped.
Okay.
But very pretty, good attempt, and I think you did much better today.
Thank you.
All right?
I think it's a really good dish. It's very graphic. The contrast of the colours with the white and the soft greens, I think are really clever. And the breadcrumbs, I was worried about your breadcrumbs. I thought you were going to make a stuffing and start stuffing fish. And this looks visually beautiful. It looks very light, and it is very light when you get into it. So you're trying to nearly reach a peak of, you know, something that looks as visually beautiful as it tastes. And I was starting to get worried about you, so I'm glad you're back in the competition, because that's very good.
Thank you very much.
And it's good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
Good. I was worried about you for a while.
I was worried about myself too. Anyway,
Good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
It was very positive feedback I got, so hopefully it won't be my neck on the block like it was the last time.
Having caught their own mackerel, today the contestants must create a dish using the different sets of ingredients Dylan and Nick have hand-picked for them.
Mary, Mike, it's your turn to cook your dish. You have half an hour, and your time starts now.
Thank you.
So far, Christine has set the bar high, and it's now down to Mary and Mike to try and better it.
I don't think any mistakes can be tolerated anymore. And we're down to the final 5. Any errors, that means we're out.
Mike has been given Mediterranean flavours: heritage tomatoes, baby aubergines, green olives, coriander, red onion, garlic and thyme.
Great ingredients. It's really going to be interesting to see how he brings those together, what he does to the ingredients, and that he doesn't overwork the whole thing.
I just really want to make this dish the best I can, and I want to go back getting great reviews. I had a couple of ones at the start, and I really need to get back up there again. I'm quietly confident that it should taste good. I'm hoping that I can pull it off and cook it correctly.
Having started the competition strongly,
I absolutely loved the way you worked, and a 10 out of 10 as far as I'm concerned.
It's a beautiful taste. You've done us proud today, it's really good.
Mike has recently struggled to shine.
I'm looking for a bit more of a push on what we're doing, a bit more innovation.
Can he now prove that he deserves to stay in the competition?
I'm going to try and take my time, take it easy, cook everything correctly. Don't rush anything. And I just got to make the best dish I can out of it.
15 minutes are up, 15 minutes left.
There's absolutely more pressure now, because, you know, you're conscious there is a lot at stake, you know, in terms of, you know, progressing in the competition. You just have to hope that you're getting it right, and particularly in these invention tests, it is difficult.
Mary's sack contains summer salad flavours of broad beans, chicory, girole mushrooms, chervil, white onions, garlic and lovage.
You know, with those lovely ingredients, you would really hope that she's going to make it light, flavoursome, delicate.
No, these are ingredients that do not need an awful lot of work to them. She just needs to subtly balance that dish together. Let's see simplicity and let's see talent.
I'm doing pickled mushrooms with broad beans and mackerel, and that's it.
with a tendency to panic when the pressure is on.
I'm not in a habit of repeating myself. Your orange marmalade is burnt. Start again, throw it out.
Can Mary prove she can balance a dish and her nerves?
I'm absolutely hoping to keep control of the panic today, and for some reason I don't feel as panicked. So today, and going on at the competition, I will be hoping to maintain kind of an equilibrium.
However, with her mackerel not cooking properly under the grill, Mary starts to lose control.
I'm just concerned about the grill. I'm trying to think in my head what I'm. Yeah, yeah. If I could just have time just leave me alone for just a couple of minutes, please.
Okay, Mary and Mike, you have 5 minutes left.
With 5 minutes to go, Mary has to change her plan of action, heating a pan so she can sear her fillet. But does she have time?
Come on. Jump. Eat. I think being part of the second group to cook, time for self-doubt to creep in, and it stressed me out. If anything's going to undermine me in this competition, it's me, you know, to my confidence, and it's my ability to stay calm.
That's it. Time.
Mary has made pan-fried mackerel with pickled mushrooms, a chicory and broad bean salad, garnished with chervil and a light dressing of lemon olive oil and fennel seeds.
The mackerel is cooked really well, really well. I mean, the pickled mushrooms are fantastic. The chicory is just the right, it's just what you've chose to do. It's just really fresh. The fish is cooked fantastic. I don't think anyone has cooked a piece of fish like that today so far. I said to Christine that I thought I'd find it hard to see anybody do a better dish today than her, and you have. It is just stunning. It's at a level I haven't seen in the competition yet. Like, I can't say enough how proud I am of you. That is just great. It really is.
Thank you.
I mean, visually, it just looks so inviting. Mary, I love you. I do.
Yeah.
If we weren't married, we'd be cooking together tonight.
It's not that every evening.
That is absolutely 100% the best dish of today.
Can't believe that.
You've done everything right. It's light, it's refreshing. To a T today.
You've nailed it.
You've nailed it.
Well done.
I tell you.
Well done.
This
well done.
Can't believe it.
is the best thing you've done in the competition.
Just keep it up. Let's see more of it.
Today has absolutely given me a confidence boost. It's reminded me why I'm in the competition and kind of given me a shot in the arm as regards my ability. So yeah, I'm feeling energised. Yeah, and it was a good day. I did really enjoy it up until the grill incident, but apart from that, it was a great day.
Mike, last but not least, will you please present your dish?
Mary and Christine have both wowed the judges. Can Mike now make it a hat trick with his pan-fried mackerel on a roasted tomato and garlic sauce, griddled aubergine and surrounded by fried aubergine cubes?
It's a nice sweet sauce to go with the mackerel, actually. Very nice. Personally, I think I could have worked more on the sort of presentation of it, but it is simple, effective, and it is tasty. So no, it's good. It's nice.
Okay.
The cooking of the fish is nice. The flesh is still really shiny and got moisture left in there. I don't know, it could have an element of freshness that could have been used in the ingredients. I was surprised to see you make a sauce. I would have liked you to take it at another level up at this stage of the competition. But with this, I completely disagree with this. Like, I think it does not. It's soggy, it looks burnt. If it's not perfect, don't put it on. Just get it off. However, I do think you've listened to the brief. I do think you've given us, maybe not shot as high as I want you to at this stage, but you've shown balance. All right?
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Comparative to the other contestants, I think, you know, I was probably one of the weaker dishes today. Some of the other contestants really pulled the hat out of the bag and you know, and made great dishes. And I have to do better tomorrow. That's as simple as that.
So they've done a great job today. They've worked really hard, and we've liked a majority of what they produced. Although I think it's time to take it up a gear. I'd like them to see someone who can really show them something in terms of cooking fish and give them a masterclass in something that should be a lot more complex and a lot more detailed.
The following morning, the 5 contestants are back in the MasterChef kitchen.
Morning, guys. This is a new day and a new challenge. Yesterday, you all caught and cooked mackerel with a surprise list of ingredients.
You all rose to the challenge very admirably.
This morning is your next masterclass.
The person that's going to hold the masterclass is the guy that taught me how to cook a piece of fish, John Burton Rees. I've known John for 10 years, and I started work as a young chef in his kitchen. John's classical repertoire was a big influence on my cooking, and I'm sure he'll be an influence on you today.
What are you going to be cooking for us today, John?
A real classic dish, a French dish, sole bonne femme, but with a difference.
Okay.
I had to make it a little bit more complicated because I heard how good you were. Okay, guys, I suggest you go and get your aprons on now, and I'll see you back here in 10 minutes.
Having retained 1 to 2 Michelin stars for 25 consecutive years, John Burton Race is one of the UK's top chefs, renowned for his classic French repertoire. He has chosen to demonstrate sole bonne femme, a dish based on subtlety and the intricate layering of delicate flavours.
When you're training to be a chef, it's one of the classics. It's our Bible. This dish today is slightly more complicated and taken slightly further than the original. And the reason I chose this dish today was because it's one of those that if you can master this, you can now take your cooking to another level. The first thing I'm going to do is a hollandaise sauce. So I'm just going to gently melt the butter. If you don't get this hollandaise right, we won't have a good sauce. So you know that if you muck this up, this is the first thing, then the whole dish will fall down like a stack of cards, all right?
Mixing clarified butter, eggs and a pinch of cayenne pepper, the ingredients are brought together over a saucepan of hot but not boiling water.
The water has to be under 100. Anything over 100, it will just cook the egg yolks and then you'll have scrambled eggs. If that happens, stop. Start again, because you won't have a hollandaise. Okay, and it's a real pity.
One of the most difficult parts of the dish is filleting the Dover sole.
This method is one of these things that Dylan used to hate when he was a young man and had hair. I want to take this bone out without damaging the fillets underneath. You ease your knife underneath those bones there, okay?
A traditional method involving delicately removing the backbone in one single piece. It takes most chefs many attempts to master.
Think you can do that?
Here's hoping. Yeah.
There's hoping. That's not giving me a lot of confidence. Right, about that much.
John's twist on the traditional sole bonne femme is his scallop mousse.
And the idea is that I'm going to beat those things together, the butter and the scallops, so the butter's completely incorporated.
Made by blending scallops, butter and tarragon, he then adds sautéed mushrooms and chives before stuffing the central canal of the fish.
So there you go. The fish is ready, right? Add some white wine.
The most important element of the dish, however, is the cooking of the fish, which is steamed in a boiling broth of fish stock, white wine, thyme, shallots and tarragon.
180 degrees, for about 7 or 8 minutes. See, fish cookery is all about timing, so if we go 30 seconds too much on this fish dish, Dylan's gonna mark me down. If you go 30 seconds too much on this fish dish, I'm gonna send you home. All right?
The final stage involves dressing the cooked fish in hollandaise sauce and gratinating it under a hot grill until it turns golden brown.
Please, please, please keep an eye on it. It has to gratinate in colour. It mustn't be black. Right, ladies and gentlemen, here's your sole bon femme.
Served with turned-down potatoes and cooked spinach, this dish will test the contestants to their absolute limit.
I want you to copy that and duplicate it exactly how I've done it.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm kind of nervous, to be honest. I think just getting everything done perfectly within the time limit that we have is going to be quite difficult.
OK, guys, you've got 1 hour, 30 minutes to recreate my sole bon femme, and your time starts now.
Having received a masterclass from John Burton Race, the contestants must now try and recreate his classic dish. And with only 1 fish per person, there will be no second chances.
It's a really difficult dish. I'm scared out of my mind about doing this myself. This is probably one of the scariest things I've ever had to do.
I wouldn't sit that in the water and leave it there. It'll scramble.
Done this before, have you?
Not really, no. No. I think we're all really scared. It's extremely hard. It's very technical. I think we all have to up our game here now today.
What a great classic dish, sole bon femme.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good task to show them from where we came from yesterday, and a lot of technique there.
It's a great classic. I think it's perfect for them. It literally is down to the very first job that they do. If that is not stable, it means the hollandaise is not going to work, it's not going to gratinate, it's all going to split out, and it'll be something that he's watching very closely for.
Very thin.
Thicken up with more butter.
Yeah.
There's going to be textures there as well. The seasoning has to be right, the cooking temperature has to be right, so there's so much against them today to really do it well. It's great.
Yeah, for them to see those little details from a master is fantastic.
Don't let your butter get cold.
No, I transferred it into here to get the correct measurement.
Yeah, but every time you transfer it, it loses about 10 degrees of heat.
Half an hour in, and Mary is the first to start the difficult task of filleting the fish.
It's the first time I'd filleted a fish in that way before. I was nervous about piercing the skin. I was nervous about, cutting through the fillets. So I took that very, very slowly. There were elements that were very tricky, and it was all about timing.
I have to say, guys, that by now, you should have had the bone out of the sole and thinking about making your mousse, and I can't see anyone at that stage, so now I'm worried for all of you. You know, you did take over half an hour to make the hollandaise, and really, that's a 10-minute job.
That's a really complicated dish. To remove the bone that way is quite a challenge, so I'm really happy first time doing it, and I got it right.
Oh, who's being naughty here? Don't hide that from me, I saw that.
I think I started filleting my fish a little bit late, and I used the knife to take out the main bone when maybe I should have used the scissors. So, yeah, it wasn't brilliant.
I'm starting to worry that that looks chewed.
Chewed?
Yeah, you have to take a little bit more care. Show me again. Are you almost there now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks chewed.
Little bit.
Is this fair enough? Do you reckon? Here?
Yeah, done.
Okay, done. Okay.
Having presented one of the weakest dishes yesterday, Mike has the most to prove.
I'm worried about whether I'm going to be in this competition much longer. I think it's the first real task that I actually took my foot off the pedal and I concentrate on each element of it, make sure I tasted every single part. And even the mousse, I tasted 4 or 5 times. You know, I love the consistency of it.
Where's your tarragon?
Here,
should be in there.
Blitzing it first, I was going to put it in that.
No. You should chop it up and put it in at the very beginning with the cold butter and the cayenne pepper.
In order for the mousse to have the right flavour and consistency, it's vital that each ingredient is added at the correct time.
You've got lots of lumps of butter in that mousse.
Right.
Did you put the butter in the flesh at the very beginning? Why are you reducing this with all the bones in when it's supposed to be passed?
Because I've done it wrong.
You've done it wrong.
At the beginning of the task, I kind of lost control a bit of the dish, and I think I was unable to kind of catch up. It wasn't my best day's cooking for, you know, by any means.
You've literally got 25 minutes left, and not one single fish is in the oven. I don't know how you're going to do it.
Yes, chef.
Oh, yes, chef, what? Yes, chef, it's not going to happen, or yes, chef, it's going to happen.
Yes, chef, it's going to have to go in the oven now.
Right. 1 or 2 hollandaise is not cooked. 1 or 2 pieces of fish, a little bit mangled, and there's a mousse that's split. But, you know.
Before putting their fish in the oven, it is vital that the stock is brought back to the boil to create steam.
The steam is what's cooking this fish. It's poaching, but it's also steaming, OK?
OK.
Is that boiling?
Yep. Keep it off the boil.
Why? I've just told you everything. I've told you to create the steam.
Yep.
It's supposed to be boiling, so that's on there. Then you lift that and put it in there and put it in the oven.
OK, I thought you take it off. The pressure was so immense today, knowing who we were cooking for. Hadn't done any of those processes before. This is all new to me, but I had to remain positive, and I really did going in today, and tried to, you know, put my best foot forward, and, you know, really have the courage and confidence in myself to be able to do it.
You've got to bring it down as quick as you can because you're running out of time now.
Yep.
Are your potatoes cooked?
No, they'll take 6 minutes.
6 minutes?
Yep.
Congratulations, that's exactly how much time you've got left.
Guys, I don't want to alarm you, but you have 5 minutes left. Literally 5 minutes left.
Right, OK, guys, time up. Step away from your stations, please.
First up with his plate of sole bonne femme is Mike.
Tell you what we've got here, Mike. We've got some good news and we've got some bad news. Okay. Your sauce is nice. It's a little bit strong, maybe slightly over-reduced, but the fish is beautifully cooked. The downside is the mousse isn't quite right because it's not cooked. And not only is it not cooked, but it's started to separate. What you've got is beads of broken fat. The taste is lovely, and you approach the dish in a very good way. I was very impressed. But all in all, really, not a bad effort.
The mousse, obviously, is the real weakness, as you can see. I didn't expect you to fall down. I think you've done a good job. You're a great man when you concentrate for recipes. Ultimately, a good job today, but it has fallen down a little bit.
Pity, yep. I haven't been quite delivering to the standards that I'd like. Is that mediocre? Is that okay? Yeah, it's not good enough for me. I always want to be better than that. Have I done enough to stay here? I don't know. That's up to the judges. Hopefully they see something in me they can develop.
Next up is Claire Ann.
This dish is a gratinated dish.
Yes.
This should be under the grill and coloured.
Yeah.
What happened?
I put the oven onto what I thought was the grill, but turned out to be the conventional oven.
Right, okay. Little things happened all the way from the start to the finish with you. You got little holes in the fish, and then You had a little problem with the mousse, and then you've got a little problem with the grill, and you've got a little problem with the sauce. Was it because the nerves got the better of you?
I don't think I can make excuses whether it's nerves or not. I have been through enough in the competition this stage that, I shouldn't have had little mistakes, so.
What's happened here is you split the mousse. And I know exactly why, because you didn't actually follow what I showed you to follow. The butter goes in right at the beginning and let it go into the scallops as it's being broken down. Remember?
Yes, absolutely.
You remember now, but you didn't remember then. The fish in the middle here is borderline undercooked. The taste of the sauce is nice. I mean, really nice. It's a real shame it wasn't finished. Your potatoes are almost raw. Excuse me. And I don't want to be critical, but it's very difficult to find a positive here.
Okay. I think that's a fair assessment.
Okay. Shame.
I'm awfully disappointed. There wasn't really anything that I could be proud of in the food that I cooked today, so that's really hard when cooking's such a massive part of my life.
After disappointment for Claire Ann, can Mary fare any better with her plate?
Have you ever seen that film called Ratatouille?
Yes, the little rat, yeah.
Well, do you remember when the food critic tastes this ratatouille and it takes him back to his childhood?
Yeah.
This is brilliant. Fish is cooked nice, the mousse is beautiful, it tastes how it should taste. The sauce is light but full of flavour. It's beautifully seasoned. You worked brilliantly well. You look like a professional. This is executed beautifully. You've done a really fantastic job.
What did I say to you yesterday?
You said you love me.
I still love you now. Because that is gorgeous.
What can we say, you know? I mean, just the way you worked, Mary, today, you should be so proud. And what really impressed me the most was that, you know, your sauce was light. That shows a higher learning. It's nearly like, you know, nobody taught you that. That's kind of in you or it's not.
Thank you.
You love her as well.
Yeah, I think she's great. I think she's a great girl.
She's mine, yeah? Okay.
Let's not fight over her, boys.
I'm really proud of myself that I did so well today. It's a big achievement for me and I'm delighted. Like, I kind of feel like, you know, I can walk away now just thrilled. Yeah, really, really happy.
Next up is Christine. Can she maintain her high standard from yesterday?
It's really funny, Christine, because when I saw that mousse coming out of the oven, I thought, oh, that's not going to be cooked. It is. It's set beautifully. You've filleted the fish well. You've dealt with it well. It looks good. It's nice presentation. The mousse is delicious. The sauce, a bit heavy, a bit clawing on the back of the palate. But all in all, I have to say, this is a very good effort.
Thank you.
I think that's one of the best mousses so far.
Yeah.
Fair to say?
Definitely.
It's seasoned really nice. I mean, today it looked like maybe you're gonna fall down, but you haven't. But it does appear sometimes as if the pressure's getting on too much and you fight through it. So you need to just make sure you're stable and that you're doing things in the order that you should be.
You know, I'm happy with the plate I plated up. Really enjoyed yesterday and I'm happy with what I presented to them yesterday. So I'm not 100% sure, not fully confident, not, you know, I think I did myself justice.
And finally, it's Brigine's chance to try and impress the judges.
You've got a couple of bones there.
Yeah,
Very naughty.
very naughty.
What you've got, though, is a good fish. The sauce flavour is excellent.
Okay.
It's really strong in flavour. It's not limp. It's all the things that you've got in there I can taste. The mousse is nice, really nice. Quite a good texture, too. a very good effort.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about the bones.
It's a good flavour. The fish is nicely cooked. I think you've done a good job. I think that you came back yesterday and showed a little bit more confidence in your cooking, which is a good step, because you did have a relapse, I think, yeah. And then coming in today and just being methodical and trying to be really precise and cover every track is really what the competition is, what we're looking for now at this stage. And I think you've done yourself proud. Okay. You've done not a bad job, Bridget.
Thanks, Don. Coming from somebody who's held a Michelin star for 25 years, it's great to get positive feedback about his dish. So I am quite elated and delighted that I managed to do it justice. Yeah, it's been a good day.
I think we all have the same opinion about Mary. That was a delicious dish wherever you are. That was as good as you're going to get, I think.
And it's really her creative lightness that's so impressive. I mean, what she put in front of us yesterday, you'd have been well happy, you know.
It's funny because all through my career, you get very few, as your junior, that are what I call a natural cook. And then right in front of us, I think we've got a natural cook.
Yeah.
Christine is a real pleasant surprise. When I caught the fish coming out of the oven, I thought, oh no, that looks a bit raw. But she saved it. She gratinated it properly. The sauce had a good flavour.
Our mousse was very good.
Yeah, and if I was choosing the next one down from Mary, it would be Christine.
Over Bridget?
Definitely.
Actually, I agree with John there, yeah. The mousse was fine, the fish that was there, the sauce was a nice flavour, so yeah, I definitely think that over Bridget's, Christine was definitely better.
Claire Ann, I'm having a job thinking, did she get anything right? The potatoes were virtually raw. The sauce wasn't gratinated at all. The mousse was split. And underneath the mousse, it had holes all over the place.
All those little things that she should have got right, it's completely messed up the whole dish.
Yeah, it's a real shame.
Mike would have been, say, the second worst.
Mike's mousse was a mess. So if you're in a restaurant and you've ordered your sole bonfire, which is a gratinated dish, that comes along, I'd be the guy that's scraping the mousse off. Because I didn't want to eat that.
Like mush.
Yesterday, Mike cooked a dish that was probably the weakest. For me, he would have been a cert to go today, had Claire Ann not fallen down as far as she did.
Yeah.
But it's really odd food, isn't it? You've got 5 dishes, that's the same title. And here we go, in front of us, 5 completely different plates of food.
With the semi-final just around the corner, the MasterChef dream is about to end for one contestant.
Claire Ann, you've had a bad day in the kitchen today. However, everybody has a bad day from time to time. To date, both of us have really enjoyed watching your culinary madness.
Christine, we feel that you are the contestant that has shown the greatest improvement over the last couple of weeks.
Bridget, you started well, somehow seemed to lose your consistency. But we're glad to have you back in the race.
Mike, you've shown us great enthusiasm in learning how to do things properly, and you've always understood where you went wrong.
Mary, I'm personally delighted that you've learned how to work clean and in a methodical fashion.
Claire Ann, unfortunately, you're not going any further in the competition. We're both terribly sorry. Will you please leave the MasterChef kitchen and hang up your apron?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done, guys. You did great today. You're the final 4. Will you please leave the MasterChef kitchen through the main door?
I would love to think that I would end up in a professional kitchen. Yeah, I've always worked around food and in the periphery of it and never taken that step and challenged myself more. And this was it. And I hope that I have you know, the guts to kind of keep going and, yeah, try harder. It's quite difficult to think about it at the moment.
Next time, it's the semi-final of MasterChef Ireland, and the last 4 standing have their most intricate and demanding masterclass yet.
Oh my God.
Who has the skill and determination to make it to the final?
Really good. I think you played it blinders today.
I have to be honest, before I eat this, there's a number of things wrong here.
The person that is going no further in the competition is